Hey there, Taurus, Taurus Rising, and all of you Taurus Moon people out there. This is your monthly tarot forecast for September 2021. And just remember, if you're watching your rising sign, you are getting additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign forecast is showing up. And your moon sign is going to give you the less prominent, albeit still significant, side story that is also occurring throughout the course of this month. And the way we are going to do this is, well, one, I'm not appearing on camera because there are a lot of cards here. And a lot of people like to watch the cards. And so, if the cards are going to be legible, or visible, I should say, they can't be mushed together. So you can see me on all my other videos on this channel, but just for the monthlies, I'm not going to show up. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at this extra, I guess you could say, Celtic cross a different way. We're going to start on the left-hand column doing an appraisal of the month, the right-hand column covering money, messages, challenges, and love, because this is a comprehensive, not just one subject, general forecast, and then we're going to look at the story of September. So let's have a look and see what is going on here. All right, so left-hand column, we're looking at you and how you're interacting with your environment throughout the course of this month. You've got the Hierophant reversed, and it does look like this month is all about changing your value system and confronting your value system in a way where you are able to start living more authentically by a code of ethics or a code of conduct that is more natural to you, purging a lot of conditioning, purging a lot of teachings, as well as methods, even as it goes into like professional, romantic, and family conventions that you have attempted to carry on, to honor, to live, that ultimately have proven to be, well, not so helpful, maybe even useless. And with the Hierophant reversed, this transformation of your value system is not going to be something that is actually very uncomfortable, but you are going to have to examine where some of your ethics and some of your beliefs actually come from. And a lot of you could be taking your leave of priorities, of life directions, of social groups or social conventions or teachings, however they are established in your life, that you've had for a very long time, or even things that you've been trying to integrate in recent history, especially within the last 2 to 4 years, that ultimately have proven to only end up manifesting what is antithetical to your desires for your personal life and your own professional and creative life. And you are coming back to yourself this month, who you truly are organically, without any of those influences, without any of those imprints, or any people to please. And that is exactly what we see going on with your environment, with the Three of Pentacles upright. This whole month, you are actually working on building the best, most intimate, and most devoted support system. And you are going to see that across the board, professionally, personally, both romantic and platonic, and, all of that. Because with the Three of Pentacles, there is this sense of establishing a true sense of unit based on strong, individual relationships that have nothing to do with just identifying with the unit or the ideal or any of that sort of more superficial bonding agent. And with the Three of Pentacles, you may be finding that because you are really now getting a sense to build your own tribe, build your own village, build your own team, that team itself is actually going to be hooking you up with a lot more prosperous and promising opportunities on and off the clock. And you are going to be welcomed by, with open arms. You're actually able to get closer to the people that are the best match for you in all respects. As far as the hopes and fears go, or as I sometimes term it, our primary concern or the bottom line, Taurus people, with the Two of Pentacles reversed, if you have been kind of walking in two worlds at the same time, carrying on maybe two different foci, or trying to be all things to all people, or devoting yourself to trying to master two different timelines, two different realities or more, gonna have to simplify this month, because if you haven't noticed, the theme is all about coming into pure organic authenticity and pure organic trust intimacy, and prosperity without having to go through the rigmarole of creating an identity for people. And with the Two of Pentacles reversed, you are doing a major clearing. This could be a social clearing. This could be a professional clearing. But what's happening is we are simplifying in the highest interest of all concerned, especially when it comes to finding the best road to the commitments that you want to have. And so if you have been juggling, if you've been carrying on multiple personas, or you've been trying to carry on multiple lives, and it happens, right? You've got your professional life, you've got your personal life. How do we start blending everything together in a harmonious way where it is all authentic and consistent all the way through? I always tell people I'm the same person in person as I am on camera. I don't put on a show for people. We're not doing some kind of mall kiosk MLM love gimmick reading here. It's not about that. And so you're going to see, where you are going to be matched with the people that authentically do match you as well. And you are going to want to maintain that consistency through and through. So that Three of Pentacles blessing that's coming your way, the Hierophant reverse blessing that's coming your way, is going to pay off and pay out in all respects. This month is all about love, right? The culminator card, the lovers, or as it is termed, and I like it this way in this deck, just love itself. This is a month of being able to understand love and commitment. You are committing to your true path. You are committing to your true path in your work. You're committing to your true path when it comes to your pursuit of the ideal family, ideal friendship circle, new commitments in love, new directions in love. But in order to have commitment, we cannot be divided in our understanding of how we actually bring ourselves to the world. We can't live in two different worlds at once and be committed. We can't not know who we are and commit. It's impossible to commit to something authentically if you don't know how much of yourself you're really bringing to the table, and how much of yourself you have to give to that commitment. But through this simplification and this unification with these completely perfect complementary and compatible matches across the board, this is a month of deep love for you. And by the time we get to the end of it all, you're going to be sitting in a very stable, very harmonious, and very sustainable kind of space where the love that you're getting, the love that you're giving, is continuing to amplify itself. And you are also going to find that this then, of course, has its own positive ripple effects on all areas of your life. But it's really bringing it on home to the personal, especially when it comes to honoring what you love, what you really like, and dropping the superficial means that others may actually pressure you to take to get there. When it comes to the big four, money, messages, challenges, and love, we're going to the right-hand column now. The Seven of Pentacles is showing up when it comes to money and work, and you are approaching a bit of a crossroads this month because there is going to be a breakthrough, and a breakthrough that could come in the form of new wealth or possibly a new job, a new role, some kind of new financial avenue that's being put on the table that really deserves your consideration, that may actually pull you from a long-term plan or a linear path that you have been on. For some of you, this could also show up as a new living situation opportunity, a new direction you want to move. But what is happening with the Seven of Pentacles is that throughout the course of this month, because we are sitting at this crossroads, it's going to take some time for us to really make sure that we do or do not want to stay on the road we've been on this last 2 to 4 years. The Seven of Pentacles is indicating that this is something that may not necessarily get underway this month. It might be something that ends up establishing itself more in October, but you are able to commit and start reaping the rewards and getting things all aligned beforehand. And that is what the Seven of Pentacles is bringing, because it is something that will pay out, and it may even be something you can skim some harvests from in the very beginning as well. But you are going to want to make sure that you are entertaining this breakthrough at least. See how it goes for you, see how you feel. This may pull you off the road you're on, but it does look to be overwhelmingly positive. As we get on to what's going on with your social life, friends, relatives, other people, your community, you do have the Ace of Cups upright, and a lot of walls are coming down, and you are noticing that your relationships that are true blue are becoming a lot more intimate, a lot more involved. And this is where the cream of the crop, as far as friends and family, really show up for us. And even for those of you that may not necessarily be very interactive right now, you may be more introverted or having a more private life, maybe you're not necessarily interacting so much with your biological family or your nuclear family or your extended family, this is still the creation of a new family. So we could be attracting those people into our life, or we could be seeing this evolve out of our chosen family or our sense of soul family. The Ace of Cups is also indicating here that there are gifts, investments being made in these relationships that are also going to be impacting other areas of your life in a very positive way. And we are starting a whole new precedent of, not only open door policies and social and emotional intimacy and trust, but also a completely new adventure to go on with a lot of these people, which is absolutely gorgeous. As we get onto your challenge for this month, or one of the big challenges you're going to want to keep an eye on, we do have the Queen of Swords upright. And this is going to be a month where you have to check impartiality and make sure that you are holding on to impartiality and neutrality when assessing what stays and goes, right? It's right next to our Two of Pentacles reversed when we're talking about learning to simplify and commit to a path that really resonates with you. This is a month where it's possible that your value system, as it goes through that Hierophant reverse transformation, may bring up some feelings about what you think loyalty is, or what we need to be actually giving our attention and energy to. And is it loyal to be changing our value system? Are we holding on to things out of loyalty to our upbringing or those that raised us? Are we holding on to a value system out of loyalty to a church or a group or a community or a movement? And is that belief system serving? Because of the Queen of Swords, you're getting a chance to actually start parsing everything out and keep what works and ditch the rest. And you do not want any kind of artificial sense of obligation to be confused for loyalty and devotion, because some of the things that you might be attached to, holding on to, or carrying forward have already proven themselves to not be serving you. And, it's not really loyalty at that point to be keeping that up. At that point, that is just servitude in another form. As we get on to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you do have the High Priestess upright, and it does look like there is going to be a bit of an alteration to your relationship course as well this month. And a big part of this has to do with the fact that the High Priestess is coming in and offering a new relationship road, or a new relationship for those of you that are looking for a new relationship. Because the High Priestess is all about a reveal, something coming up that was either hidden from sight or maybe had not been available before. And with the High Priestess, I'm actually seeing for those of you that are in existing relationships, this could actually be a new road for your relationship to take, whether it's a new form or a new future, a new outcome, a new destination from something that we had originally been aiming towards or working to try and get closer to together. This could also be providing a lot of answers to mysteries that this relationship does need to solve in order to move forward. And it could actually be the case that we are solving the mysteries about why a certain thing has not substantiated for us, why we can't seem to make something happen for ourselves. The High Priestess is also indicating here that it's possible that a lot of you who are looking for new love may be guided to new love through some kind of reveal, whether it's somebody revealing themselves to have feelings for you, or the bond that you could have with somebody starts to grow because there is this revelation of a deeper meaning behind it. And some of you may even have a matchmaking kind of situation occur, whether formal or informal, having a chance to be put in the same place at the same time as somebody that could be quite compatible. So let's talk about what's going on with the story of the month of September. As we start September, you've got the Five of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed as the cross. And so this beginning of the month, we are doing a lot of corrective work, especially when it comes to things that maybe we had taken on, maybe even chosen to embark upon ourselves that ultimately were not what we thought they were. We may have been following the wrong guide. We may have been following the wrong model, or we took something on thinking it was something that was going to pay off, but because we did not know the truth about it, or we were kind of winging it, it was starting to actually create some problems for us. But the Five of Pentacles reversed is talking about help. It is talking about recovery, right? We are talking about filling the cracks. We're talking about repairing damages done or any kind of hold up or slowdowns. Some of you may have a point in the beginning of this month where you have to start paying attention to things that are draining you, maybe projects that are draining you, people that are draining you, things that you have been trying to give the benefit of the doubt that ultimately, whether it's in a financial sense, a spiritual sense, an emotional sense, are just not bothering to keep up. They're not bothering to actually work on themselves. And you're going to also be paying attention to the disparity in who it can contribute what versus what you are contributing to your life or to a lot of joint efforts. Because the Queen of Pentacles reversed can sometimes point us to where we might be getting used, or where our coattails might be being ridden, or where we may need to pay attention to burdens we've taken on that are not giving back what we give to them. But we are going through this recovery period throughout the course of the beginning of this month as well, so it'll be okay. And as far as what brings this about, interestingly enough, is the Five of Cups reversed. And it does look like with the Five of Cups reversed, you are getting a replacement for something that you had lost, or you are getting a replacement for something that you have, or something that you're trying to do, or something that you're attached to that is not actually bringing you what you need. Now, this could show up as a replacement job. This could show up as a replacement living situation. You know, all the stuff we talked about with the Seven of Pentacles upright. This could talk about a replacement friend, a replacement business partner. The replacement energy is strong here because with the Five of Cups reversed, we are needing to pay attention to where it's time to allow someone or something to take the place of that which we may have been grieving over, or trying to redeem, or trying to fix, or trying to overcompensate for, maybe even in an over-aggressive, obsessive, or overly determined way. Give new things a chance, give new stories a chance, and see what happens during this recovery period you've got. As far as what's going away this month, we do have the Eight of Swords in reverse. And with the Eight of Swords in reverse, as far as what's going away, you are now going through a period of massive detachment. A lot of things that had bound you up and limited your movements are getting dropped, getting cut from you, right? The cords snapping. This could also be having to do with paperwork for some of you, contracts, leases, any kind of payment agreements, or this could be even attachments that had you stuck because of what you were affiliated with, what you were bound to, what you were obligated to in that respect. But once again, you are being set free from a lot of things that you started, maybe on accident with that Queen of Pentacles reversed, a lot of things that you started that you don't have to finish. Moving on to the middle of the month and the back half of the month, you've got the Queen of Wands reversed and the Ten of Pentacles upright. So there could be some battles in the middle of the month. In the middle of the month, we could be seeing some battles going on, some power struggles going on, especially when you start to defy things that may be very much seen as a betrayal or an abandonment in other people. Because the Queen of Wands reversed does seem to be having a really hard time accepting the truths that are coming forward, even though they seem to be plain for all to see, with that Two of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Swords and all of that. And you may be actually having to deal with a situation where somebody may be very well aware of the disjointedness or the dysfunction that may be going on in a few spaces in your life, and yet want to champion them anyway, try to redeem them anyway, or maybe even try to push you to double down on efforts that you're actually working on getting away from performing anymore. And so there could be some power struggles. You may also be dealing with needing to confront situations where peer pressure or professional pressure may also be limiting your movements or may have already driven you down a bad road. And so we can make that corrective shift now, or middle of September. Now would be good too. Just because it says middle of September doesn't mean you can't, start to at least get the groundwork in now. As far as the end of the month, how we wrap up the month, you have the Ten of Pentacles upright. And you have, if you go through this, right, we have to do the work. And no, watching a horoscope is not the same thing as doing the work. If you go through this diligently, right, with purpose and intent, you end up in a place of newfound abundance, happiness, and sustainable security and harmony. The Ten of Pentacles is setting up a new story of longevity for you. And the end of this month, going into October, you have found a new sense of home, whether this is literally or figuratively speaking. With the Ten of Pentacles, you are coming into a much more wealthy way as well. And you may be also finding that your environment has transformed into something that is not only much more comfortable, much more peaceful, and much more supportive, but there could even be some unexpected material transformations that actually set you up to enjoy a much more intimate and more affluent feel in your life at the same time. And that is something that you can sustain if you choose. So that is what I've got for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.